welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to build your own herb box. Now you can buy your own herb box at the store, but it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. I've seen some that are around $20 to $30. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own. It's gonna be way cheaper and I can make a few for myself and my family. So on this vlog, I'm gonna show you how I make my own herb box. Okay, so I already have this planter from last year. This is where I put my herbs. So I'm just gonna reuse it for the sake of the herbs that I have, and for this video, this is what I'm gonna be using, but you can use any container you would like. You wanna make sure that your container has holes on the bottom so that it can properly drain, or your soil can be properly drained. Because if you have a planter that doesn't have any holes, your plants are gonna drown and they won't make it, they'll die. Because there are holes on this planter, I'm just gonna put something underneath just to keep the soil from falling through the holes and getting onto my kitchen table. So I'm gonna use some potting mix that I got from my local local garden center, and we're gonna fill the pot. Try to get it as close to the bag as possible so that you don't make a mess. And you just want to fill it up. I say 3/4 of the way. You just want to fill your planter up. And this is potting mix. I like using potting mix because it's nice and soft. Gives it a perfect environment for your herbs to grow its roots. And I find that when you make your own herb box, you can put whatever herbs you want, because guess what? You're the one making it, right? Whereas if you buy it in the store, not only is it very, very expensive, you only get a certain selection of herbs, and it's usually ones that everybody uses. But you know what? I like variety in my herbs. Now, the only reason why I say to only fill your pot 3/4 of the way is because when you do plant your herbs, you want to cover it up with some soil. And I find that filling it up 3/4 of the way is a lot easier, and then adding soil, because when you fill it up to the brim and then you dig up holes, it's going to get all over the place. And I'm just breaking down the large chunks that I find. This is a large chunk. There we go. If you want, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, feel free to use some gardening gloves. There we go. It rained a lot today, it rained, it was like a thunderstorm, so my garden gloves are currently drenched right now, so they're drying off. Plus, I like the feel of potting mix in my hands. Beautiful. Okay, so it's nice and filled. I still have some space to level it up. Let me at this point introduce you to the herbs I'm gonna be planting. Okay guys, I'm back, and I know this seems like a lot of herbs that I'm going to be planting, but you know what? I just like so many, and there's a lot of room here for the herbs to grow. And I'm also gonna be making some planters for my family, so why not? And they come in these packs of 4. So let me just get myself situated. So, I'm taking my face out of the frame because I want you guys to focus on the herb box. So a couple of the herbs I'm going to be using is this purple basil. It looks absolutely beautiful and it smells just like basil. And I'm also going to be using normal basil. I am going to be using this curly parsley, some garlic chives, some thyme, because we all need a lot of thyme, some mint, cilantro, Thai basil, and tarragon. Tarragon takes forever to grow, guys. That's why they're little, really tiny ones, but hopefully we can get a few out of this. Okay, so I have my handy dandy shovel, and most importantly, when you are doing this, you need to label your herbs so you know what's in there. This was $1. So can't get cheaper than that. Well, it can be free, but let's just move on. So in each container, there's about four little sections. This one here has 2, but it has quite a few stems. So I'm just going to start, like I like to start in the middle and then kind of build my way around. So I'm gonna put my, let's see, the basil's in the middle. So this is the purple basil. And I'm just gonna take this out. Just like so. Be very careful. Came out in one go. And then you just kind of plant it where you want it. And then cover it up. Ta-da! So that's the purple basil. Next, I think, next to the purple basil, I'll do the green basil. I'll put it over here. You can design it to your liking. There's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. And you know, as I go, I also like to prune my my herbs, get rid of all the dead leaves, because you know what, that way your plant's energy will be focused on the ones that are alive and not the ones that are dead. And I find with herbs, the more you trim them, the more it produces. So each of these segments here come with 1 basil leaf, sometimes 2. So I'm just gonna plop this down here. I think there's like a little mini basil growing right there. So if it's a weed, oops. Hopefully it's not, but we don't want to cover it up. I'm gonna give it the opportunity to live. Beautiful. Test that. Hope he's barking at somebody. Just give it another plant. These have some pretty healthy roots. Look at that. Look at the root system on these. Nice and big. And you know what, these are pretty small, but because now I'm giving it more room to grow, they're gonna get nice and big and full. So there, that is the regular basil next to the purple basil. Doesn't that look beautiful? Okay, so now we want to add, let's do some parsley. This is the curly parsley. I like the curly parsley when I'm garnishing. So let's put it over here. And I think I'm gonna use 2 of these because they're just so pretty. One of these, it comes in like 4 little sections, and one section has 1. Sometimes you get 2 in there, but mostly it's 1. And you know what? I've let them in here for a while, so just for them to develop a strong root system before I transplant. Look how strong that is. You don't want to interrupt that because then your herb can go into shock, transplant shock, and that's very, very common when you're transplanting plants. So you want to, as much as possible, not disrupt it. There we go, it's coming together, guys. Look at that, it's so pretty already. So let me add one more. Put it right next to it. I'm just squeezing the bottoms. Till it comes out like this. I want to squish it a little bit so it softens. And then just push it down beside. And then cover it around with soil. There we go. So we have our purple basil, our green basil, and our parsley. Okay. Next thing I want to plant on maybe this side here is the, maybe what's tall. Let's do the thyme. Nice. Thyme is nice and full, so we can use that. Just going to squeeze it out a little bit. And just squeeze that and put it right here. Maybe a little bit further away. Don't want the thyme to kind of take over the bunch. You don't want to leave it so like congested either that there's no room for all the other ones to grow. It's like a work of art. And I'm actually going to maybe add some more basil to this because you know what? We love basil. And I have one more leaf here, so we're gonna use that. Right over here. Get into your new home. Look at that. It's already looking so nice, guys. Okay. Let's put some cilantro. Oh no, this is mint. I'm trying to remember where I put everything so that when it comes to labeling, I won't be so lost. I'm putting the mint on the side here. So I want my thyme to and my basil to grow nice and big. Okay. To the side. Let's add some chives to this mix. Let's put it over here with the parsley. Still have so many herbs that I still need to plant here, but look, oh my gosh, look at this. Healthy, fat roots. Yay, team chives. Okay. I think I'm gonna add 2 right next to it. Sorry, parsley, didn't mean to squish you. Over here in this corner here, I want to put some of the Thai basil. Thai basil, so good with curries. Curry and pho. Or pho. Some people call it pho, some people call it pho. I know I brought a shovel, but I rather with my hands. That way I can make sure that it's a nice firm, when I plant it, it's nice and firm and there's no air pockets. Can't wait to see this in the next like month to see how nice and full it gets. Okay. Next I'm going to be planting my cilantro, and I think I'm going to do that over here. Cilantro, coriander, different names for it, all the same. Some of the leaves, some of my coriander has gotten a lot of sunlight, so I'm just kind of taking them out, pruning them as I plant them. The smell smells so good. Guys, oh, this smells so good. I'm just pruning it because there's some unhappy looking ones. Oh, my fingers, it smells so nice. And this cilantro is looking a little bit sad, so I'm gonna add another one in here, but it's still growth. There's still some happy growth in there. Still. Now guys, the reason why these are so tiny is because they've been in little tiny containers. Now that you open them up to a bigger container, they're gonna thrive and they're gonna grow big. There we go, perfect. Cilantro in there. What a happy little box this is becoming. Okay, perfect. All right. And then Libby can add the tarragon over here. Oops. Sprig doesn't want to come out. And you probably have a very strong root system, mister. Okay. Perfect. Let's plant another. Making a little mess. Okay, so guys, I've planted my herb box. All we need to do is to label them. Okay, so let's start labeling everything. And it's okay if it doesn't look perfect, because guys, at the end of the day, this is your herb box. You make it your own, right? Guys, this is the finished product of our herb box. So we have curly parsley, we have Thai basil, we have tarragon and regular basil over here. We have our mint, we have our cilantro, our purple basil, and our chives right over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It looks bare right now, but give it a month. Once in a month, this is going to grow and it's gonna be full, and you're gonna have a beautiful, beautiful herb box. I hope you guys like that tutorial on how I make my own herb box right over here. It was super inexpensive. It was so much fun to do, and honestly, I prefer it this way because you get to choose what you'd like to have in your herb box, and you can choose the container too. Perfect. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post up a new video. I'll see you guys on my next vlog. I hope you're staying safe. Talk to you later. Bye.